what up, Ray? Why are you dragging your backpack around like that? It doesn't even work as a backpack. Look, the holes on the straps don't even plug into the pegs, so I can't even use it as a backpack. It's just very cheaply made. Oh, well, that's too bad. Who would make such a cheap accessory like that? And what about you, Finn? Why are you vacuum cleaning again? You vacuum almost every day. Ray, I done told you, it's because your dog sheds fur all over the place. He is not a dog. Stop calling him that. Hello everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch scale Rey. Alright you guys, as you can see from the packaging here, this is a very nice image here of Rey on the side. Really like how the Force Awakens card backs are showing images of the characters in action. I think that's really, really cool and something they should try to do, where it makes sense. And it's a really nice image. She looks really good. I really like the snow blizzard look that it has. And of course, the rest of the packaging looks very nice. It showcases the figure and the accessories quite well. The back of the box has the blue look to it, to designate that it is part of this assortment of build a weapon figures, and basically shows you how to put the weapon together. So long that you get the other 3 figures in this assortment, which is Stormtrooper, Rey, and Vader. I already have Stormtrooper, so maybe we'll be able to combine 2 weapons. And then it gives you a little bit of information right there on Rey. It says, Rey is a resilient survivor, a scavenger toughened by a lifetime of dealing with the cutthroats of the harsh desert world of Jakku. Alright you guys, so out of the packaging you can definitely see that Rey is a nice looking figure. Definitely seems to have very good paint. Some very nice features. Sculpt work on her looks to be very good. Of course, she is a 5-point of articulation figure. And she does seem to come with more accessories than any of the other The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch figures I have reviewed thus far. Give you a close-up of her lovely face. And word of advice, when you pick up your Rey, be sure and check the eyes, because I've seen a couple that just had absolutely crazy-looking eyes, just very poorly painted. Thankfully, I found this one, which looks pretty much flawless. The eyes look very, very nicely done. Sculpt work is very nice. It does look like there's a little bit of overspray, maybe, like on her cheeks. Yeah, a little bit of overspray there on the cheek area, but overall, it looks really good. The eyes are very clean, and that's really important. Eyebrows look very nice. Hairline is painted very, very good, much better than the 6-inch version. And she looks a bit like Keira Knightley, I think. But, still looks very, very good. Outfit, very simplistic. It's got the desert scavenger kind of look, almost like a mummy sort of thing, with wrappings and, just stuff going on of, all this material and stuff. It looks decent. She's got like a pouch there in the back. Her hands and the color of her skin, very, very pale. One might expect that if she lives in the desert, she'd be a little bit more tan. But, this is Star Wars, so. The boots look pretty cool. They almost kind of look like Ugg boots, don't they? They really do. Overall, it's a very nice looking figure for sure. I'm not going to deny that. But, could have had a little bit more weathering perhaps in the outfit. But, for what it is, I think it's quite nice. In the way of articulation, she has a ball joint here at the head. It doesn't really go up or down, but, you get side-to-side movement, which is really good. You get swivels at both of her shoulders, and then you get swivels at both of her hips. And they move pretty nicely. They can certainly move almost a 90-degree angle. One thing I really don't like is the way that she stands. Like, the feet are just angled at a very unusual position. You see they're both kind of angled, like, toward the left. Like, if you try and stand her, she can stand, but why would you do this? I mean, I would think that it'd make more sense for a neutral pose, first of all, but why would you make the feet at a weird angle like that? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So you're trying to stand her. She stands okay. You just got to kind of play around with it a little bit just to find that sweet spot. In the way of accessories, you get this long pole. I don't know if it's like a rifle or, some sort of a staff, or I don't really know what it is. It's the same thing that the 6-inch version came with. And just like with that one, it has a strap that sort of renders using it useless. I mean, you can get her to hold it in her hand, and, she can do that, which is fine, but she can't use the strap. You can kind of get it over, like, her shoulder, but it doesn't really, I guess you can kind of do that, but even that doesn't just looks kind of weird. I mean, I think if they would have made this more flexible, you know, you could kind of maybe sling it over like that or something. And I guess you still kind of can, but look, it like really bends the pole. It just doesn't look very good. So, you know, not a very spectacular accessory by any means, especially since you can't really use it that well. Rey also comes with a backpack type pouch thingy, and, you know, very simple. It's cool that she has an extra accessory, but unfortunately this is very, very weak because you'll see that there's some holes in the straps, and then there's these pegs down here. If you try to, you know, to put the hole like that over the peg to kind of like, you know, like secure it, whenever you try it, like the whole peg just like bends down because the plastic is just way too rubbery. So this basically renders this accessory useless. Perhaps if the holes were, you know, made a little bit larger on the straps, it would work a little bit better, but it just doesn't work for any practical purpose because, you know, it just doesn't, you can't latch the straps. So this is basically a waste of an accessory. And if I look in the instruction booklet here to see if it shows me how to do the, you know, the straps on the backpack, it doesn't say anything. It only pertains to the Build-A-Weapon. Speaking of which, the Build-A-Weapon thingy is basically this thing. Kind of almost looks like an aircraft sort of thing, or, you know, like a hover jet thing with handles on it. And she can't even hold it that well because her hands are too small for the handles. You can kind of wedge them in there, but they're not really meant to hold that sort of thing. So again, another, you know, thing that's kind of useless in terms of an accessory that's usable with the figure. But you can take the gun that came with the Stormtrooper and you can place it in there. It's kind of a tight fit, but, you know, now you have an extra useless weapon sort of thing. So if we move to compare Rey with her 6-inch counterpart, you know, for some reason I feel like the 3 3/4 inch one looks better overall. I don't know, I just think the face is a lot more nicely done. It seems more nicely painted and more feminine, prettier looking. The 6-inch one, you know, while not a bad figure, just doesn't seem quite as nice aesthetically to me. I mean, it's not a bad figure by any means. It just doesn't, like the hairline's kind of messy, the forehead's very large. Something about the smaller one just looks a little bit better to me for some reason. Okay, and here is Rey along with Finn, Stormtrooper, Captain Phasma, and Kylo Ren from the 3 3/4 inch scale The Force Awakens line. Reviews for these other figures can be found below in the description. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch scale Rey. Guys, well, I really like the figure. I really do, despite it being a minimally articulated figure. I think it's detailed very nicely. I think the likeness is quite good. I think the paint is very cleanly applied. But the accessories just kind of really bring this down for me. It's just a shame when Hasbro includes 3 accessories with the figure, and the most they can do with them is just kind of hold one of them, the staff. She can't wear it on her back because the strap isn't big enough and it's too bendy. She can't use the other accessory, backpack thing, because you know, it's too soft in plastic, and you can't get the holes to go over the pegs. And then this Build-A-Weapon thing, she can't even hold that, and it's just kind of a useless accessory, same as the backpack. So I'm very disappointed with the figure. I thought that this was going to be one of my favorites in the line, and I think if you discount all those accessories, just pretend they don't exist, she is one of the nicest figures in the Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch line. But because she comes packed with those accessories and they're supposed to be usable, I think that's going to kind of bring down this figure in terms of a rating. So on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, just like with Finn, I think I'm going to go and give Rey 3 stars. If the accessories worked, you know, I'd give her another star, but they just don't, and that's a huge letdown. If you think about this being something that mostly kids are going to possibly be purchasing, you know, then the accessories should definitely work, and they do not. And I'm a little bit miffed about that, not going to lie. So if you're trying to be a completist and get the whole Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch line, you're probably going to want Rey. I think she is a nice figure, you know, just by herself. She's a really nice figure. But keep in mind that there is going to be a super articulated version coming for the Walmart exclusive Black Series line. So if you want to hold out and get that one instead, that might be your best bet. Hopefully the accessories that come packed with that one are going to work a lot better. But if you just want to get your fix of having a Rey figure in your collection, and you're not too picky about articulation, then this will suffice. Just keep in mind the accessories don't work with her at all. Alright my friends, if you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to please like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Rey. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, and as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye. No, wait, I was just joking. No! Come on, let's talk about this. No! Don't you think you were just a little too hard on him?